Hey there fellow art lovers and fans of all things painted. Welcome back to my regular viewers, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm Cal and it's great to have you here. We're on the 5th day of Spooky Month and today we're going to paint something electrifying. So, I started off by sketching out all the different lab equipment. I wanted to make this lab look pretty futuristic with a large vessel holding an unknown liquid, a transformer. I had to look up what those things are called because putting spiral electrical thing from power stations into Google gets you nothing. Some wires and finally a reclined restraining platform. Then it was time to draw our monster. As you may have already guessed, I'm going with something Frankensteinian strapped onto the platform. He's just received a massive bolt of electricity to his neck from our mad scientist over here after cranking a comically large lever. And I just realized on editing this together there's nothing connecting the big transformer to his bolts. So we'll just add that in at the end. Now let's start blocking in the color, starting with the lab equipment. Small detail, but the leg that's in behind the liquid vessel is positioned slightly higher after it reaches the glass due to the refraction of the light passing through it. Ha! And they said I was no good at physics. I wanted to go all in on the mad scientist trope with just a little bit of witch mixed in. A long nose, hooked jaw, wild white hair. All he's missing is the hunchback. Groovy socks though. Then it was time to start shading. My bubble brush came in handy for adding in some extra details on the vessel. For this one, we'll be going with some pretty stark shading, especially on the back wall thrown there by the electricity arc. I used the same technique here as I used in my ritual painting, which I'll link in the corner. Painting in those great arching bolts is one of my favorite parts of this piece. If you've followed me for a while, you'll know I like glowing things. So I worked my way through the piece, a bit at a time, using masks to mask the lighting and shading to the items in question, without having to worry about the shading spilling over to other areas. I gave the highlights a blue cast to it, seeing as the electricity is our main light source here. Now for those shadows I mentioned before, which adds a good bit more atmosphere and depth to the piece, and really highlights the bright light from the electricity. I used the smudge tool to make the scientist's hair look even wilder. I also added some scratches to the lab equipment to make it look a little less pristine and not quite brand new. Finally, I added a vignette centered around the main light source to really throw things into sharp relief. And the connecting wires. And we're done. This was a very fun piece to work on, and I'm happy with how the lighting came out. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed what you just watched, please be sure to leave the video a like and subscribe and ring the bell to see more content. If you want to support my art, you can find a link to my Ko-Fi in the description. And if you want to get straight into some more art, you can go and watch this video for my latest content. Or this one for something random.